I'm JustHitSquare, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. In this video, guys, I'm going to be going over the state of Destiny 2. I'm going to be following on the Curse of Osiris expansion, the two updates from December 5th and December 12th, and kind of going over what Bungie has been doing in the past, what they're doing to try to fix Destiny 2, where I think it's headed, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm going to try to make this video as short and sweet as physically possible, but I may be going over your time limits here and there. Now, with the Curse of Osiris expansion, just sitting around and thinking about it, yes, we did get quite a bit. I do not believe that it was worth the amount of money that they did want for it, but, it is what it is. But the thing about it is that, with it came a lot of new things to do. Well, not really a lot of new things to do, but new things to actually do. And, you know, they come with some new updates. But what we're going to do is start about the things that they have been doing in the past. It's kind of shady. So first and foremost, we're going to start talking about the XP throttling. Now, if you don't know, you're going to know because it's all everywhere, and you should already know this, but Bungie was called out and caught for throttling their XP and the players' XP. And it was really, really not a good thing when this happened because they got caught at it. Went on Reddit, found it out, started doing some calculations, doing a lot of mathematics, and found out that, you know, uh, if you try to farm XP very quickly, you could possibly get only 4% of what you was actually getting, and it was supposed to be getting like 4% of what you were supposed to be getting, and it is ridiculous. So you're sitting there thinking about, well, okay, it's taking forever to get this done. Well, that's the reason why. So anyways, what happened was is that Bungie publicly come out and started talking about it, and they said, well, okay, we're going to fix this. So they did. Well, I guess they did. What happened was simply put that they said they had figured out that they had done it wrong, that it wasn't working as intended. Bullshit. It was working like they wanted it to anyways. All it was doing was making it to where they was getting it done the way they wanted to get it done. It was driving people to buy more silver and making it to where they could get more money off of people, and that's exactly what they was doing. And I really don't care if people thinks that or not, because that is exactly what they was intending to. Every company wants to make money. It's just how do you do it without pissing people off? So anyways, they did that. And even the third stream supposedly of Curse of Osiris, they made it out to be they canceled it. They done a blog talking about what they was going to do for the future of Destiny and how they was going to improve it and so on and so forth. And they got drilled so bad that they actually didn't do anything on live stream. So yes, they have been drilled and drilled and drilled. So now for the XP, apparently they have doubled the XP bar, and it feels like it takes a lot longer to get your bar filled up. Rightfully so. It's double the XP. I don't like it, but we have to live with it. Second, they got caught again, and I'm beginning to wonder if they're ever going to understand to stop their shit. Now, I love Destiny, I like Bungie, I loved Halo, but I do not understand why they continually do this. They just keep on screwing up, and they think they'd learned from Destiny 1 and learn from how bad the community, or how much the community does not like what they're doing. Anyways, now, what they have done, when the Curse of Osiris launched, they made it to where you could not play heroic strikes, you could not play trials of the 9, or you could not do prestige mode raid or the prestige mode nightfall if you didn't own the DLC. Now I can get it if you don't, if it's one of the new strikes for the nightfall and the PvP if it's another PvP map that's with Curse of Osiris. But what they should have done was made a new power level, like not a new power level, a new difficulty level, like a Prestige Plus. Because what they did was lock a trophy behind the option to buy. They made it to where you would have to buy Curse of Osiris in order to get a trophy, and they locked out content from the original game for you. And the only way you could actually enjoy that was to buy the new DLC. Now, they've come out recently and talked about how they wanted to fix it. They have kind of fixed it in the sense of what their ideas was. Now, I'm sure there'll be more things that they're going to do, but you can argue that in D1 they did the same thing. Well, I don't remember them ever locking a trophy behind a paywall. And regardless of what you or your mama or anybody else thinks, it is a paywall. Microtransactions, DLCs, expansions, whatever, they're all paywalls. A paywall is something that you have to buy in order to get past. So there you go. Now, like I said, this is solely my opinion, but I just don't feel like it was right for them to do this, and they was caught on it. And their way was, we in D1 we left a lot of the content behind. We did not want to do that in D2, so we made a mistake by doing what we did. We're trying to figure out a different way to do it. Okay, that's good. You figured out this is not the way to do it. What you should have done was not do what you just did. What they did was lower their answer to it for now was lower the raid and everything back to 300 and make it to where everybody could still play the raid, not the raid layer. The raid layer is for Curse of Osiris owners, but the raid itself is prestige and 300. And they even lowered, I believe they even lowered the raid. Well, I'm not sure about the raid layer, but the heroic strikes, I think, I'm not for sure about them, but I do know that the Nightfall, the only way that somebody that doesn't own Curse of Osiris can play that is if the Nightfall is a strike that is in the Curse of Osiris. And of course, the Trials of the Nine, if the actual map for the Trials of the Nine that week is a map from Curse of Osiris, then you can't play it unless you own Curse of Osiris. So there is some things that's going to be able to have to be owned in order to do it. Now, that is just the way it is, guys. If you don't want to buy the DLC, I understand, but you've got to understand that you shouldn't be able to enjoy everything that people that paid for it does. Well, you should not be able to enjoy all of this or that. Now, there should be things that you should be able to still enjoy, but the reason why this stuff costs money is because there's things in it that you don't get unless you pay for it. Now, there was people talking about, well, maybe they should just make it to where everybody can go to the same lot cap. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that you should be able to do anything that the DLC offers unless you pay for it. And the reason being is because that's called downloadable content. That's called expansions. If this was free, then it should be all right. But this content isn't free. I paid $20 for it. A bunch of people paid $20 for it. You should not be able to get any of the exotics. You should not be able to get the new light cap, any of the guns, any of the armor, all that stuff that comes with it. Raid layer, I'm talking any of the things that come with it. Now, the Heroic Strike playlist, that should be available to anybody. That should just be a life update, life world update or something. But stuff that's specific to this DLC, like the expansion, like the the strikes and stuff like that, that stuff should, you shouldn't be able to have access to that unless you pay for it, because that's how companies make money anyways. But now, they've had two updates, and I'll end the video here in a moment, but they've had two updates, the 5th and the 12th, and they've added masterworks, they've added ornaments, and they've added more drop rates for here, they've added more for there, they've done a lot of this, they've done a lot of that, they've tried to make more in-game, made stuff last, more rewarding. They've done a lot of stuff to make you feel like, this is more of what D1 was. But I feel like this is stuff that should have been in the base game, and we are having to pay for it, and we shouldn't have had to pay for it. I know that these was free updates, but a lot of this stuff came with Crucible Cyrus as well. But yes, Bungie is heading in the right direction, but are they going to be able to get to that point before they lose the most and the majority of their fan base? Only you will know this, because if you're watching this, this means that you, A, either still play Destiny, or two, want to see somebody talk about Destiny and give their opinion on it. Maybe they feel just like you. Maybe they don't. Maybe it just irritates you so you can go into the comments and fret. I don't know. But will Destiny bounce back? Well, only time will tell. And hopefully they learn from their mistakes that they've made, because this game isn't even half a year old and they have already suffered a ton of fan base loss, and I'm sure they're hurting for money, because when you have a game that's not even been out half a year and you're already trying to sell it for $30 or $40, there is something majorly wrong. And there's people that wants refunds for the base game because the expansion sucks to them so bad. So here is my answer to your problems. If you hate this game that bad, then go get rid of it. Don't play it no more. But for the people like me and other people that loves the game, still sees its flaws, still wants to enjoy it, still wants to play it, then let us do it. Don't bring us down. We have our moments. I sit here and I criticize this game left and right, but I still love it because this is a good game to me, but it may not be good to you. But no game is ever meant to keep you busy 24/7. This is not a true MMO. This is not a true RPG. This is a first-person shooter, looter shooter, whatever you want to call it. And they can't make enough content to keep up with the people. They're always going to make somebody mad. They're always going to make somebody happy. And I get the fact that there is a lot that they have not done right. But one day, maybe they'll get it right, and you won't keep spending your money. I know you won't. But for the people that enjoy, the whole concept of what Destiny is, you know, we're still going to be here. And I may eventually leave Destiny. I may get enough of it just like some of you. But you have your opinion, I have mine. But hopefully Destiny gets better, and hopefully Bungie learns more and more of how to do things. At least they're acknowledging their mistakes, but they shouldn't have to acknowledge them. They should already know that they're making them before they do. Other than that, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you see that it was a good video. If you liked the video, maybe you didn't. But other than that, guys, this has been JustHitSquare. And guys, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, click on that little bell over there and click on notifications so you never miss another one of my videos. Other than that, guys, I will see you next time.